Good morning, friends. Spicy one this morning. It's already high 70s, and it's not even 8 o'clock yet. But we're going to get it in, talk to you guys for a little bit, finish off with the jog, shower up, start my day. So today I want to talk about something, and this is going to be a controversial topic, and I'm okay with that. I have no issue talking about controversial things. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I respect your viewpoint, and I would assume that I would get the same respect back from my viewpoint. But I want to talk about firearm/gun laws in the U.S. as it relates to concealed carry. Obviously, we have constitutional carry, which I think every state should have. I don't think you should have to have some type of firearm concealed carry license, permit, whatever you call it in your state, in order to carry a firearm. The Second Amendment allows us the ability to bear arms. I don't think we need to have a piece of paper or a little document that says that we can do that. It doesn't make any sense to me. But government's going to do what governments do, and they're going to try to control everything. So obviously you can open carry in some states. I am not down with that. I'm not a fan of open carry. However, I do want to say this. If open carry was legal in every state across the U.S., I would be willing to bet that crime would decrease dramatically. Why do I say that? Because criminals are banking on people not carrying firearms, right? Out of sight, out of mind. If they are, criminals think that they're okay, they're in the safe. They can do their evil deeds and get away with it because there's zero signs of anybody who's there willing to defend themselves, right? So my question is, what would change in their head if they walk into a crowd and they see everybody is open carrying a firearm? You really think they're going to try to rob people then? Even if you have a group, right? Let's say you got 10 dudes that are looking to go out and rob a whole bunch of people. Well, if you're in a crowd of 100 plus, and majority of those people are carrying a firearm that these criminals can see, I would say you're probably outnumbered. If you're the criminals, they're probably less likely to do the things that they were planning on doing. So it evened the playing field. In fact, it stacked the deck for the good guys. So I think more people should be able to carry a firearm. So going back to concealed carry, that's my preferred way. I don't want to go out and tell the bad guys, hey, I'm carrying. Because if you walk in and you see a dude, he's the only dude in the place that has a firearm because he's open carrying, who do you think the criminals are going to take out first? Probably the dude that's carrying the firearm, right? So I don't want to give away my position, my discretion to criminals. Now, that being said, I think it's absolutely absurd that if I get a concealed carry license or permit, whatever you want to call it, which I have, I've had it for many years. Obviously, you have to continue to renew them, kind of like a driver's license. We'll get back to that in a second. But why is it in Pennsylvania they can say, yep, we checked you out, you're solid, you're good to go, we're going to issue your concealed carry license. But if I go to New Jersey, right next door, or I go to New York, right above, or I hit up Virginia, or I hit up Maryland, or I hit up Delaware, they do not have reciprocity. I cannot carry legally, mind you. I'm not going to judge you if you tell those laws to pound sand. I can't fault you for wanting to be able to defend yourself, and you're going to take that willingness to potentially get in trouble. I'm not going to fault you. I will never judge anybody who wants to protect themselves and their family and those around them, and then deal with the consequences later should anything pop off. But why is it my state can say, yeah, you're good to go, do all the background checks, which of course you're probably going to have all the left-wing liberals saying, oh, background checks. Dude, you have to jump through a background check. To get a firearm, you got to jump through a background check. To get a concealed carry license, you got to jump through background checks, and you got to get this check and that check. So there's not enough background checks being done. There's more than enough, especially considering it's unconstitutional to tell me that I have to jump through hoops to be able to have a firearm. That's bullshit. But let's say I take my family on vacation. We go to the Jersey Shore, or we go Ocean City, Maryland, or we go to Bethany Beach or Dewey or whatever in Delaware. Why is it that state doesn't honor my concealed carry license? You mean to tell me, here we're going full circle with the whole driver's license thing. You mean to tell me that I can take a test, get my driver's license, I can drive anywhere in the US, any damn state that I want, and I can drive my vehicle anywhere I want? Okay, did anyone ever think that people can do bad things with cars? Did you have dementia or amnesia? You missed all these things on a global scale where people drove trucks and cars through crowds and hit people, and you got drunk drivers, and you got all this stuff where people are dying by means of vehicle? I don't understand. So if I'm smart enough and I have the ability to drive a vehicle where, hey, I could be a rebel and I could speed everywhere. I could do 150 down the highway. I could jump on my sport bike. I could be popping wheelies down a highway doing 165. Sure, it's illegal, but what's going to stop me other than a cop? Well, what if I were to hit somebody in a vehicle doing 120? Is that any better or any worse than what would happen if some criminal started shooting people at the hands of a firearm? What's so dangerous about me carrying a firearm where, if you look at the statistics of how many people have to actually pull out their firearm during their lifetime, we're talking very slim margin there. So why is it I can drive a killing machine, meaning a vehicle, and do whatever I want with the vehicle legally in every single state, but I can't carry a firearm in every single state to protect myself? Last time I checked in the Constitution, it didn't say jack shit about you have the right to drive a vehicle, right? That's a privilege. So explain to me why we have in the Constitution, we have the Second Amendment here that says we all have the right to bear arms. So why is that being thrown out the window? I don't understand. So it's a privilege to drive and own a vehicle, but it's a right to own and carry a firearm, but in every state in the US, I can drive a vehicle, which is a privilege, but I can't carry a firearm, which is a God-given right via Second Amendment. I don't get it. Maybe y'all can educate me. I'm sure there's going to be some people in the comments who are yapping away on their position. Again, hey, feel free. I don't give a shit. I'll respect your viewpoint. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it. But it just seems stupid. My ability to defend myself is at the hands of what? God? Okay. Cool. My protection of myself and my family is in the hands of the police, who, if I call because somebody has a shotgun in my face, they're gonna magically wait 8 to 12 minutes until the cops show up to save my life? No, I don't think so. Good luck with that. See how that works out. So my life, my loved ones are in the hands of good Samaritans. If somebody pulls out a firearm, it's like somebody pulled the fire alarm in a hotel and they scatter. They're out of there. Nobody's coming to save you. That's why I don't understand this whole you can't carry a firearm in certain states. I mean, heck, if you live in New York, just trying to get your concealed carry permit / license is damn near impossible. Obviously, they took it to court. They're trying to fight it. They're like, oh, okay, well, now we overturned it. Well, then you have, politicians, the government saying, oh, well, you can't carry here, you can't carry there. It ends up being every damn place outside of your house. Right? I don't understand. These are the same people, these same government officials and politicians who walk around with security, armed to the teeth. But for some reason, it's okay for them to have protection via firearms, but, we, citizens, protected by the Second Amendment, cannot apparently carry them. Makes no sense to me. So, that's my thought for the day. It's kind of a rant. I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed. I don't understand why we're not attacking this. Why are we not going after these stupid laws? Why do we have reciprocity? Why do I have to agree that, oh, okay, this state says that I can carry a firearm? No. No, that's not how this works. It's not a privilege for me to have to carry a firearm or want to carry a firearm. It's my right to bear arms. I don't understand, it's very black and white what we should and should not be able to do. I mean, why are they not saying, hey, if you have a PA driver's license, you can't drive in New York City. Go, you can't drive in California. Oh, if you're from Texas, don't think about coming up here to Montana. I don't understand. These unconstitutional gun laws make absolutely zero sense to me. Everything from background checks. I mean, obviously we're fighting the whole hunter biter. Hunter biter. That's what happens when you walk up these big hills and you have less oxygen going to your brain. Maybe that's what happens to Biden. But it's absurd that, we have all these laws that we have to fight. Everyone should be able to have a firearm. I don't care what your history was or is. Bro, everyone has the right to defend themselves. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are or what you did. Because look, if it's criminal and you're saying you can't own a firearm anymore, do you really think that criminals follow the law? Right? So why are we having this conversation? Oh, well, If you're a convicted felon, you can't own a firearm. Do you really think they care? No. They're gonna get one anyways. You might as well just legalize it. I don't understand. I really don't. It's frustrating. I feel for the people who lost their right. I mean, look at Trump now. 34 felony counts that he's been convicted of. I'm not here to push pro-Trump, anti-Trump, whatever. I don't care what your political position is. But, I mean, now the dude's a felon. He's got all his firearms taken away from him. So now we have to fight in court. I think the Second Amendment Foundation is going to go and help fight that. But why? Why do we have to do that? I mean, if you look at the Second Amendment, it doesn't say anything about you have the right to bear arms so long as you're not a felon. Last time I read it, it didn't say anything like that. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the answer is. I don't necessarily know how to fix this until we drain the swamp of all these politicians and we get people in who actually want to uphold and defend the Constitution. We have people who don't care about your First Amendment rights. People who don't care about your Second Amendment rights. They want to take those away so that they can more easily take away the rest of your rights. But again, hey, you driving your vehicle this morning or tomorrow or this evening, just remember, hey, that's a privilege. It's not a given right that you can drive, right? That can obviously be taken away at any point. Second Amendment is a right. We have the right to bear arms. We have the right to defend ourselves. We have the right to protect our loved ones, our family, and those around us. We take on that responsibility. Look, you have the right to own a firearm and carry it. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. There are people like me and millions of other people in the US who will take on that responsibility, who will put it on their shoulders and wear that shit like armor. Why? Because we get the training, we have the mindset. We refuse to be a victim. We know that we are our first responder. We are our only responder. No one is coming to save us. That's why it's so important that we protect, uphold, and do the things necessary to protect the Second Amendment, to allow firearms to get in the hands of the citizens who want it the most. And again, if you don't want a firearm for whatever reason, dude, I respect that. But that's on you, that's not on me. Don't dictate what I can do, what my rights are because of your feelings. Because you feel a certain way doesn't mean that I should lose my right to carry in every state across the US. I don't know. Let me know your comments and your thoughts down in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Both are cool. You're not going to hurt my feelings, especially considering half the people who would end up making comments. I don't know you, you don't know me, so while I respect your opinion, it really doesn't mean jack shit to me. So you're not going to hurt my feelings if fatty face 69 wants to say, oh, you're totally off, what a D-bag, what a Trump lover, MAGA, Dude, I don't even care. I really don't. But let me know what you think. What, am I right? Do you agree with me that, hey, the Second Amendment is giving us the right to bear arms, the right to carry? Why is it we have to have reciprocity in certain states where they allow us to carry a firearm, even if we got a licensed carrier or a permit? Why do we even have to go through that process, right? Nowhere in the Constitution does it say that we have to get a license or a permit in order to carry a firearm. Just like nowhere in the Constitution does it say anything about, hey, here in the Second Amendment, it says that you have to get background checks. A background check when you got a firearm, and then you got to get another background check when you want to carry it, and this background check and that background check, and it's all unconstitutional. I'm sorry, it is what it is. You can debate me in the comments. I don't, I really don't care. The facts are the facts. Nowhere does it say anywhere, period, that we had to go through all these background checks and hoops and jump through this and red tape that, and it's dumb. But now I'm just rambling. It's hot. I'm gonna finish with a jog, head back, shower up, and start my day. But thank you for coming along with me on this rant, if you made it this long. But please, let me know down in the comments, what do you think about this nonsense where, hey, it's a privilege to drive a car, and a car can do a lot more damage than a firearm in a short period of time if you're driving through crowds. But we have a right to bear arms, but we really don't, because it's regulated by certain laws based on certain states. Like Pennsylvania, I can't carry anywhere in the states basically surrounding me at all, which I think is bullshit. But let me know. Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's unjust? Do you think it's dumb? Do you think it's a good idea? I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions. But with that being said, guys, if you like this type of content, you like these little walk and talk rants, click subscribe. I'd love to have you come along and hopefully gain some value and insight into different things. Maybe you hear me talk about something and it's a different perspective of what you initially thought. Maybe I opened your eyes to something. You're like, oh dang, I didn't think about that. That makes sense. But anywho, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and hope to catch you guys in the next episode. See you guys.